back. Alrighty, right. Hello and welcome back to some more Minecraft Unlimited Golden Age, episode 1070 something, or 80 now, not sure. But hopefully you are all doing alright and staying safe. Last episode we left off on our journey to make some large backpacks. Didn't go too well at all. Did not go too well. We are currently on the search for some more leather. I might have one last little scan over here for any more cows. There's a cow up there. It will basically be me extincting cows over here. Luckily we do have a way to reproduce those cows now. Just trying to figure out where I put, put that there. Free. Not too bad actually. I'm getting a lot of meat from this, and a lot of that's just gotta go to my dinosaurs because they require it. Oh yeah, there's horses up here. I forgot about horses dropping there. That's 4. That's enough for a backpack. We have enough for one full backpack, that'd be one of these. And then we'll get a second one. There's a lot of horses around here. We'll come here for the pig, so. That skeleton, had was coming to it. Shooting that horse that I was trying to kill, how could it? Dang, it didn't drop any. We got 8, so that's 2 backpacks right there. Just extincting the entire species over here with my fire sword. 17. Not bad. You're kind of stuck in there and I don't want you being in here. Like, I need to fill in this entire area right here and everything right here. I do really like the difference between this place and the original place. Like, many of you did not see the original place because it's that long ago. But for those who did, we used to have a little balcony out back. That was a good time. I really do like the direction of this, cathedral. It's not really a cathedral, it's actually an abbey. It's just built that big that, it could be counted as a cathedral. A cathedral abbey. Abbey cathedral. Alright. So, we actually have a lot of the stuff that we actually required. That being a lot of the leather. I was going to say wool there, but I stopped myself before I did. Alright. So, let's go and head up to the shop over here, or on our right there is a crafting table there too. Alright. So, I'll leave one there. Keep that there. Grab the string. And now I can make myself a backpack. Chuck that. Make myself a backpack. Chuck that. Make myself a backpack. Chuck that. Upgrade said backpack. 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 We actually got all the backpacks that we needed. Large, large, large. Bam. Not bad. Not bad at all. And I actually do have a little bit left over. Enough to make probably one last well, another 2. I saw my amount of wool there go drastically down. Actually, maybe I should put these all in the smaller backpack. There we go. And that's our, system of how we're doing this. We gotta store stuff in the backpack, store it inside the backpack. basically a pocket dimension within a pocket dimension within a pocket dimension within a pocket dimension. Pretty interesting, I would say. Alright, well, that actually concludes what we're here for, actually. So I should probably head back to the farm food house. Don't remember calling it farm food house. Been a while. Who knows? This is still called the zoo. There's a zoo here, but you know, it's more, should be more over that way. That's when I had the zoo here. In this box. That you can actually still make out the size of the zoo. It was a quite large zoo. Alright. So, let us head back home. Hey Dennis, how's it going? Need to actually heal. I'm damaged. You okay, Dennis? You okay? Alright, let us ride Gary. Come on, Gary. I need you, Gary, to help me get to where I need to get to. I need to get this way, that way, this way, over this way, down this way. Surprisingly, I'm not healing as much as I thought I would be healing. Dennis? You stay there. Should not be that far. Could it be that far? Oh, there you are, Dennis. Oh, you gave me a heart attack there, Dennis. I was looking all over for you and you were not here. What do you mean, you were adventuring? Without me? How could you? Alright. So, we better go and sort out our inventory. That is our next objective. We need to sort out our inventory. Is that a polywitch? I knew it, there was a polywitch here. Don't worry, I have the special technique to take you out. Bam! Another polywitch down. I love the story of the polywitches. Just a gang of witches that, you know, attack me or are all in a poly relationship, polyamorous relationship, and it cracks me up. Oh yeah, we're supposed to work on the zoo again. Priorities, I tell you, priorities. Gary, you can just hang out inside the zoo. You can just hang out here. Just chill out and have fun. That is a werewolf there. Probably has some leather in here. Alright. Oh, there's a cow here. Hello. Okay. Sorry, I had to check the name there. I saw a red sailor cow and I was going to say, they escaped once again. I tell you, these lightning strikes just allow them to escape. We had sailor cow wander all the way from across there to, I think it was over here. Somewhere over here. We had them wander all that distance and then I had to heal them. Because Sailor Cow is our Lord and Savior. We did not want them to die. Alright. So, let us go and start our inventory. Probably get to it faster going this way. Oh, Raphael, Donatello, Leonardo, Lord Hartshell. I think I messed one of them up there. Donatello, Raphael, Leonardo. Yeah, I think I'm missing one of the turtles. Missing one of the turtles there. Let me know what one I missed out. Alright. So, our first backpack we will dedicate to stone stuff. So like moss stone, andesite, granite, stone bricks, all of that. Do I still have the heads in here? I do actually still have the heads in here. That is very lucky. Bam. Alright. Just store all of that in there. There we go. And I just click that. Does it automatically go in there? No. What about there? Ah, would have been cool. Would have been cool that. Alright. So, I need to empty out my backpack. It's very messy. Where's all of my fossils? There's my fossils. So I will probably just take all of this in here. Yeah, that's actually not too bad. And fossils. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to come back down here and renovate this area. It really needs, you know, fixing up. I like the idea, but I think we're just gonna have to go with the other idea that we have, but also have the storage underneath just in case. I'm actually thinking about just having, like, you know, boxes filled up. I don't know how I would do it. It would take a lot of complicated stuff, and it would probably have to be a one block thing to do, and then wrap it all down into the one area. I could probably figure out something to store it all. Like I could have a, you know, thing that I can shove a shulker in the top and it'll go into the system. All of the items in that shulker that, you know, belong to that box. That is a possibility. I did think about having shulkers out front. It will be an expensive thing if I did that. Very expensive, but it would definitely be worth it. I'm actually going to just start dumping out the stuff that I have. Don't need that, don't need that. Do not need dyes on me now. Or that, or that. I knew I was missing one block there. Alright. So do that. There's a block of coal there. Gravel does not actually belong in here. Why is gravel in here? Dirt does not belong in here, that does not belong in here. That's supposed to go in the fossil bit. I'll actually grab that and then run over there quickly. Actually, about first try. And then just shove that in there as a miscellaneous. I do want to collect all the fossil bits. So if you know the best strategy for that, let me know. Yeah, that's actually not too bad. Wheat. Yeah, I would probably dedicate one of these backpacks to wood. there's a dark spot right here, but you don't have to, you know, sing it in my ear. Game. Like, really? I see the dark spot right there. You don't have to just scream it in my ear. It sets off my paranoia that, you know. Plus it always sounds like that Bohiki laser guy from the Mousy mod. Okay. I am teleporting out there. I heard something climbing my ladder in the distance. And it scared the life out of me. Oh wait. Let me head back. Dennis is not here. But also I think I know what was climbing my ladder. I think I left the door open and one of my, you know, goats have wandered on top of it. There's Thunderbone. Onwards to victory. Hello there, Dennis. No, the door's not open. I heard in the distance that ladder, you know, that sound effect. I guess it might have been more creaky. I don't know what it was, but you know, it really freaked me out there for a second. Alright. Time to sort out wood. But I'm not doing it outside, you know, outside here. Because my sheep will eat it. Or goats. You know what I meant. You never realize how much wood you have in a backpack until you remove it all. It's not even supposed to be in there. That's not supposed to be in there either. That can be counted as a wood. That should not. I should really get... Can one of you tell me what the mod is for, you know, sorting your chests? That would be so helpful. So helpful, I tell you. That does not belong in there. That belongs in here. The backpack's actually looking a lot less, you know, messy. And actually not too bad. Not perfect, but you know, it's clean-ish. So this is wood backpack now. I have to remember that. Let me shove the other stuff in here. Ah, could it been... Ah. I must have heard my goats clank their horns together. That... Ah. Because it was so distant, it sounded like that. Yeah. I got scared by my own goats. Oh. That is a way, I tell you. That is a way. Alright. So, I guess we should be able to just continue work on our build project that we were working on. That being that little river area that I keep leaving. Dennis, I might actually leave you here. Is that alright? I know you want to join me, but I want you to have a little bit of peace and quiet for now. Forgot about this little bit here. It's from when I first expanded the island. This bit used to have a little tiny bit that went into what I called was the bunny pool, because it was full of bunnies when I first came here. Now there's no bunnies. I should really just fill it up with bunnies again. That's what I need to do. Fill it up with bunnies again. Onwards, gang, onwards. I could take that direction, but who cares? I'm going over this time. You never realize how massive your builds are sometimes. And then you see this. I really should finish off doing moon cycles on it. I need to do certain like moon cycles, but it just was not coming out good, so I gave up halfway like through, and it becomes like dots. But nonetheless, I should really go back to it. A zombie over there. Zomboid. Alright. Gary's over there. I'll grab Gary. Makes it a little bit faster, these trips, I tell you. I've already spent 20 minutes today. Does not feel like that long. Gary, I need your help. I need speed. You're the fastest horse I own. Definitely because you can just go wee. Wee. You did hurt me there. But I know you did not mean to. Onwards. I got stuck there, but you know, we don't talk about that. Onwards, across the water. Here we are. We have done it. Thank you for the kisses. Alright, let me grab some more of that. Glowstone. Yeah, you like the light, don't you? Much better than the dark, shall I say. Much better than the dark. Do not leave me alone, that little dragonfly there. Like, come on. Stop vibrating in my ear. There we go. Oops. Oh, you wanna mess with me, yeah? You wanna mess with me? Bam! Okay, that's not looking too bad. I was looking for a fish dying there. I think it was that fish. No, different fish. Was suffocating somehow. In a block, probably. There we go. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Need to work on the dirt on this side. There we go. Ah, hello there, Skyheart Demon. Thank you for the raid. Hopefully you're doing alright and staying safe. We're currently working on some pathing over here that I promised that I would do like ages ago. Like, you know, I think we're on our 3rd episode, and oh, thank you, Coco Bunny, for the follow. Much appreciated. Or Bunny. Would it be Bunny or Bunny? Let me know. Let me know. Alright. So we're currently doing some what do you call it, mining over here to to get this pathing all done. We're currently 3 episodes in, I shall say, for today. I am 3 episodes in for today of this, you know, Minecraft Young Paradise Golden Age series. That would bring us to episode 1070. I think we're on 78. I think we're on 78. Glide to paradise. Glide to paradise. Think about it, we're here crash landing from deep space into your jungle paradise, ready to build and celebrate pride. It's good to have you, it's good to have you. Yes, we're actually not doing too bad here, actually. Paradise is getting very expanded now, as I'm planning on a big project to building a pathway through this bit of the jungle, and I'm actually thinking about revitalizing that idea of building a path through this little bit here, because we just got done making a bunch of large backpacks for all of my wood types and all my other stuff. This is our stone backpack. I really gotta have to name these backpacks now that I'm thinking about it. And thank you for the lurk. Hopefully you're doing alright and staying safe. Alright, and remember to hydrate if you need to raid and run, that's perfectly fine. Alright. Put that back in the spot. What am I missing? I was going to grab some more glowstone, that's what I was going to do. I need to grab some more glowstone because we need to actually light this place up a bit more. There we go. And we are going to flatten down this area soon, so we'll have to keep that in mind. I do not need to build anything at the entrance just yet, as I want to flatten it down just a bit, and then after we get flattened down, we'll, what do you call it? My brain just decided to fry there. Once we get it flattened down, then we can start to build our animal farm there. It's actually not looking too bad so far, actually. What we got so far is with this animal farm here, and then we should have enough space. I'm actually thinking about building over the river and then expanding it into the central jungle area. It's a real possibility. It kind of just brings everything out from one point of the jungle out further, and that'll help like long run. I'm also going to hydrate because my throat's, you know, we've done 3 of these episodes in a row. It does not help your throat. Also, I did have juice somewhere, but I tell you, I misplaced it, and then actually it's behind me. I remembered I placed it behind me to remind myself to grab it. And I did not grab it. Alright, so let us go and grab the green wool here. A crafting table. And we'll make ourselves some carpets. 12 carpets. And then I'll shove the rest of the wool in there. Place that there. Place that there. Place that there. Place that there. And then do we have to place any more? I think there's one in the jungle up here that needs to be placed on. So there's a creeper there. Place this inside the jungle. There we go. Hello there, Pie. Hopefully you're doing alright and stay safe. Be right back. Alright, no worries, no worries. Remember to hydrate and all that. Alright. Let us go and we'll place down this here. Excuse me, folks. Thank you. Yeah, we're actually not doing too bad here. I was trying to find the lowest point in this area, and I think it's going to be 66 is the perfect height to mail down from. Does mean that we lose a lot of the height around here, but it does not really matter. It allows us to build our builds a little bit higher up, and that is a plus, I shall say. And put our arrows in the backpack. We'll put our seats in here as well. There we go. I really need to get the mod that allows me to sort my stuff, because it's very unorganized, and I really need to do that soon. Alright, So we got this path done so far. We just hit 30-minute mark. But I'll make this episode extra long for use. Alright. So we got this much of the path done so far. I should really work in the interior path, because that is a priority. I do want to build, you know, the actual animal farm, but at the same time I know that I should really get this path done over here. Eventually. If not, you know, it'll take forever to, you know, fully connect it up properly. And there's a witch up there, which I'm about to go and grab my wood supply. Shove that in there. Actually hit them. Actually hit them. I do think they are healing, so not too much effect, I shall say. Alright, so we build the path going this direction, alright. Oop. Looks like I accidentally tore down this tree right here. Well, I guess I'm expanding into this bit here anyway, so... Oh, I could actually... Starting to see something here. It's starting to form something in my head here. Alright, allow me to put some of my wood stuff in the backpack. I'm probably going to put saplings in the backpack as well. That would probably be a good idea. Wood. Unintended pun. Yeah, seeds go in the backpack. And saplings. I see a fly going down my curtain. Chuck all of that. Makes this backpack seem a lot more emptier. That's dark oak wood planks. Alright. And... there we go. Not too bad. And place that there. Bam. Ooh, got hiccups. Ooh. There we go. Alright. Well, let us get to what we actually need to get to now. That is... grab that, place that there, and we expand it out this way. And... okay, I'm back. Alright, it's good to have you back. Hi. Hopefully you're doing alright and staying safe. We're currently doing some Minecraft in Paradise Golden Age. And we are currently not doing too bad, actually. Not doing too bad, actually. Let's see. That goes into that backpack. What you have missed out on so far. We continued the path just a little bit further from where I last left off with you a month ago. And we also went on a journey to farm some cows. Did not go too well. Took us over 20 minutes to find some cows that turned out to be over this way, and I had to cross up here and cross 2 mountains to bring them back. So I have cows here in the, you know, farm area. So not too bad. No, not too bad. Not too bad. But and then I farmed some cows here at the start of this episode, and that's pretty much what we did. And then we started working on this again. I really need to finish off, and what we're doing right here is actually the path that's supposed to go through this forest. So that is what we are prioritizing now. There we go. I'm doing good. I was just at the gym. Oh, how was your gym experience? Was it doing alright so far? You know what, I would love to go to a gym if there was actually any good gyms, you know. But it's hard to find a good gym. Especially one that's, you know, safe and good. Those ones are like, you know, needles in a haystack, that's what I'll say. Needles in a haystack. Actually, I need this backpack now because I need to grab some more dirt. And I need to grab gravel that I do not actually have in there. Where is my gravel? Stone, andesite, andesite. I do actually have gravel somewhere on me. Pretty sure I had gravel on me. Where all of a sudden was my gravel? Also, I do need to bring out the other backpack. Also, I can put away our rainbow hole here. Why, remove and replace the dirt. And the gym was good. Alright, that's good here. We are removing the dirt so I can place down coarse dirt for our path. And then I might decorate the path. It will look like this for now. And I probably will shorten down the path so it looks a little bit smaller. I don't really need it this big. Do I? Yeah, that'll do for now, and then we'll wrap it up the hill. Every gym has a amount of risk in regards to workouts you will do. In regards to people, and then usually people just keep to themselves. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna have to go grab some gravel from the house. Any gravel in here? Oh, there's actually coarse dirt in here. Would have been good to have that earlier. Alright. Here we are. Hello there, Pope. How's it going? I left my doors open. Close that over. Making sure none of my animals went down there. Dracano. Forgot about Dracano. I've so far not had a bad experience at the gym unless it was workout related. Those, though, they are people who hog like free machines, and that's annoying. Yeah. Like, if you're not working out on the machine, you don't need to be on the machine. Like, it just gets annoying. And just shove that in there to now. Shove that there. Alright. Actually, I do have coarse dirt in here. Surprisingly. Yeah, we made quite a lot of coarse dirt there. Alright, I need to head downwards. There we go. Here we are. Here we are. It's time to, you know, not work out. It's time to get working on the path. I tell you, I'm running out of water and my throat is really failing the effect. I should just really work on the outside of the path. That's really what I should do. So I'll probably put some like slabs there. Can I put slabs there now? 1, 2, 3, and another 2. If I'm correct. No, it's 3. And 1 more. There we go. Yeah, that's actually not looking too bad there. That is not looking too bad. Actually, I might swap it around. Make it go opposite. Okay, now that's looking fancy. That is looking fancy. Ah, hello there, Tom! Oh, you're dropping in from Blue Sky. It's good to have you here. How's it going? It is going alright so far. We're currently working on our, what do you call it, path in here. It's taken forever. Probably is going to take quite a while to get through all of this foliage. But we're trying to connect up with this bit over here. It's not going too bad. And it's actually looking not that bad in the long run. That's at least a plus. Alright. So, let us see. Let us see. Also, I keep reading your name as Twix. Kinda like the, what do you call it, candy. The Twix. That is what I'm going to say. I wish I were better at building an MC. That's the thing. I've told many people like this before, but it's really your imagination that limits you. And people like wonder, like, you know, I can't build like something like a bridge like this, you know. It's always like a straight line or something. But that's kind of just like limited your imagination in the long run. Like basically Minecraft is unlimited unless you have no imagination. And some people like to have it for different experience, but if you're building or you're interested in building, I always recommend expand upon your imagination. Like you see a TV show, you see like a building in it, why don't you just, you know, look at that building and try and, you know, get like an idea of your own based off of that build. It's always there, you know. It might take a long time, it might take, you know, a short amount of time, but you will get there in the end eventually. Like, I was not a very good builder at the start of this series. Like, this is season 6 of my, you know, Jungle Paradises, and still, I'm not the best builder. I do get better at building, I learn certain techniques, I forget techniques, but it's basically like a, you know, never-ending learning experience. And also, let me read your message. The amount of times I would start something and then step back after like half an hour and just go, wow, what is this? You know what, I've been there before. But as I always say, if you don't like it, you can always break it down. That's the whole point about Minecraft. Nothing's really permanent in Minecraft, unless it's nostalgia that keeps it there. Let's see. Let me shove that in there. Nostalgia can be a two-sided sword. It can be something that can keep you from progressing, and it can be something that, you know, allows you to progress. It's really a two-ended sword. I'm gonna say that again, but you know, when it comes to building, you can always break it down once you finish it. There has been many times that I've had to tear down like historical builds. Like our zoo, you know, we had a zoo over here. It was quite a big zoo. I demolished every single piece of it and I built a better zoo. It took time, but you know, I got there in the end. The entire, you know, lush caves that we have down below our base, you know, that is like, you know, a multitude of different, you know, caves that were just normal generation basically, and I just built upon them. It's the tiny little details that really build and make your world. I do apologize, but my throat is, you know, fighting against me today. I've talked too much, I've screamed too much in like Phasmophobia earlier. There we go. Not too bad, not too bad. Place that in there. Apples are probably my lifesaver now. I really need to get better food. But we have to delve into Pam's Harvest Craft for that, and I've not really delved too far into that just yet. But we better get into that very soon. It's actually one of the reasons why we needed cows. Was to get the beef for the cooking. And we got like almost a stack of material that was needed for that. Is that right? Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted there. I was just, you know, thinking to myself, is that right? I was not too sure. Yeah, that's actually not too bad. We're kind of just carving our way through the jungle. And I probably will grab some of the glowstone that we have on us. And I will shove some of our building materials in the backpack. I know I just cleaned it out, but it's there, I might as well use it. Might as well use it. Yeah, that actually lights it up pretty good. There we go. And just continue on forward. Beep, boop. Beep, boop. Beep. There we go. You know what I do need to get into, I tell you? Figuring out how to make a custom follow and sub noise. I've been meaning to do that on the Twitch side, I tell you, for ages. I really am tempted to make it like, you know, different people that I know's voices. For the funsies. Oh, that could be quite funny. I think I might need some dirt there. Yeah, that's actually not looking too bad there. I think I might trim this bit right here. Yeah, that's much better. And then I'll trim this bit right here. Okay, that looks a lot better. So far, nice job. Thank you, thank you. It is actually not looking too bad. What we need to do is actually get it to go this way. But I'm pretty sure that might be the mountain that's in front of me. I could go around the mountain. No. I need to make like a beacon for myself to like guide me in the right direction. There we go, grab that. Yeah, we're going to have to delve into the right here. I know I've just, you know, placed it to the left. I may actually still do the left side, but you know, it will take a lot of effort to do. There we go. As I have it as a split road. That can work. And there is a spider. There we go. That is a zombie. No, it's just a cocoa bean. Go through the mountain. That is a possibility. But the one thing that I always say is that I want to try and preserve as much of the jungle. So I will probably have to scratch that off for now. It's a possibility that we could have went with, but I don't want to destroy the jungle. It's been one of the things that I like to keep the most is the jungle. Because these bushes, you can't regrow these bushes. I wish there was a mod that allowed you to do so. But no, you cannot. There we go. And then we'll have it split off in this direction. How is that doing? I could do that. Yeah, that's not actually too bad, that. will look a little bit odd now, but I'll add a glowstone here for now. I saw a creeper, but no, it's just fruit to the apple. Well, fruit in the tree. Sapling. I got scared by that. Alright. So, let us go and... Yeah, actually, that's not too bad. That is actually not too bad. That actually does a good job. Oops, I started digging. Do apologise. I looked away there for a second. Saw something dropped on my head. I had a heart attack. There we go. Also, I will be doing a overhaul of the, what do you call it, redeem soon. So, I'm actually thinking about doing a, what do you call it, questionnaire on our Discord server. If you're not a part of the Discord server, it should be, if you, what do you call it, write Discord, it should pop up. Oh, there it is. Join my Discord today. So if you want to join the Discord, you can join the Discord. Okay, that's not too bad. Sorry, I was getting concerned with how this was looking here. Grab that. Alright, that's not too bad. We're kind of just minimizing the size of this, you know, as we go to fit through a jungle. There we go. Not too bad, not too bad at all. Alright. Yay, minimizing, you got this thing. Alright. So, let us go and... Excuse me, pig. I was getting mugged by a pig there. That cracked me up there. Wait 1 second. There we go. Alright. And it's actually looking quite a solid way here. I think what I'm going to have to do is actually go to the other side and start expanding the path on that side, and then we'll have it connect up. That is probably going to be the plan for this. We did just start going this way. I did put jungle wood, you know, down. It was a cheap wood. Still is a cheap wood because we live in a jungle. If I did not live in a jungle, it would be more expensive. Why did I not chuck that into the other box? Yeah, I do have some of that. So, replace that and we'll do this side with the same material as it was starting off with, to keep the same consistency until we get halfway through the entire build and realise that we've done half and half, you know, different materials. There we go. And yeah, that's actually not looking too bad. There we go. Alright, now we break through this bit here. Hello there, goat. Break that. Yeah, actually that is not looking too bad. Now, you know, we are working on the turtles, you know, area. And I do kind of feel bad because this area has not been touched for over 1,000 episodes. I'm so comfy in my bed right now, I don't want to move from this place. I feel that, you know, I would join you. This is, you know, I've been sat here for over like a few hours now. Got to get up and move around a little bit. We'll make this the last episode for today, that's what I say. But I want to make it a little bit longer, this episode. Make it a little bit longer. Just for use. I've not really given you that many episodes of Jungle Paradise recently, so I'll make up for it in time. There we go. Not too bad at all. And just go like that. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. And also I'm going to use these apples now because I am hungry. Yum 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 yum. Yum 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 yum. We're actually not that far. This is how far the path is now, and this is how far the other path is somewhere around this little bit here. So really it's not that far. I can literally make it like a straight path, but I want to make it go curvy a little bit. So that is my plan. I'm also running out of material, but I think I still have, you know, quite some left in the backpack. There we go. And we probably just continue on this path right here. I was just making sure I was up to date on chat. Alright. So, let us go and mine out all this. You know, it's still quite, you know, strange, I tell you, that it's taken us this long to work on this part of the islands. It's kind of just you know, built from one spot only, and it's just been a slow branching out process of the Jungle Paradise area. The dinosaur area that you see up north, there is some bad news. It might not stay forever. I think a lot of the Paving will go, and a lot of the dinosaurs will be moved up to Dino Land that we're actually building. That's, you know, long time. They're not dying. Okay, I'm gonna grab some juice. They're not dying, we're just moving them up north. It'd be a lot more better because I can actually build them habitats built to their actual specifications. And if any of you who, it's not Pixel Riff, it's if any of you are looking for a great Minecraft YouTuber from back in the day, who still does, you know, videos on and off, I'd recommend checking out Poet Plays. Poet Plays, you know, a great person, would recommend it. Well, never mind, little good for the dino. But I would recommend checking out Poet Plays. They do a lot with their dinosaurs in their series that, you know, I think that's really what inspired me to just make a new area for the dinosaurs. I think that's something that we're going to have to work on very soon. Let's see. Dirt goes in the backpack, and seeds go in the other backpack. There we go. Actually, not too bad. We need to grab this. Then we'll grab some more of this. And now we can continue on. Alright. Yeah, we're actually not doing that bad of a path here. Wanted to kind of spice it up a little bit, add a little bit to the side here. There. Wanted to pick that out before they eat it. Have to be it before, you know, these goats get to, you know, all of the blocks I'm breaking. Really? These goats that are... I had an itchy cheek there. Deciding to be annoying. Poor goat. I know. But the goat, you know, they're plotting. They just want to eat the food. They wanted to eat all of the blocks. They're not a good goat. They're a bad goat. How could they? How could they? How could they? See, they're already doing it again. They're criminal, I tell you. They're criminal. Even blocks I could be using, recycling, using for builds. Oop. Grab all of the blocks quick before the goat locks onto any. Alright. I think I might actually make this a little bit larger here, actually. And then shrink it down, yeah. That goat will be the death of me, I tell you. Alright. Actually, I could just go like this. Yeah, that's actually not looking too bad. I am going to have to free up some space in my inventory though. You know what I could do? I could grab my bow, put it there, and put the arrows back. Giving me 2 slots. That looked like an abomination there. That creeped me out. A peed? Peed? A peed. I was trying to say, you know, pig and a goat there, and it came out with Pete. Reminds me more of Pete. The flammable swamp soup that gobbles you up if you step in it. Great for preserving stuff though. Dang goat menace. Goes this way. Has it really been that long already that sunset again in game? Did not feel like that long. Yeah, that actually does, you know, not too bad. Oops. Break that there. It's actually quite lovely at night time, to be honest. Jungle at night, how scary. But it is quite lovely out here at night time. It makes me want to, like, you know, it reminds me of something that I wanted to do back in the day. That was game development. And I remember that I always wanted to make a block-based game. And I actually came up with a pretty neat idea. I wanted to go work for it. But I never got around to learning code, and it's still, you know, one of my dreams to do, at least, you know, at least a few of the games from the OG days of me coming up with them. But I don't think I would ever have the ability to do so. There we go. But I will try, you know, one day to do that idea. But I had an idea for a block-based game, and I really wanted it to be more community-based than, you know, what Minecraft is. I wanted it to be built off of mods that people create. Oops. And I need food. There we go. Put that in there. And put that in there. Not too bad. Not too long now, I tell you. Not too long now. The goat is already here eating. Fastest goat in the west. Fastest goat in the west. Oh yeah, I got Peak recently. Oh, that is cool. You know what, I really want to do a Peak collab again. We did one a while ago with Jojo Cat, I think his name was. Pretty big person, I tell you, pretty big person. But you know what, he doesn't really act like it. That's what I will say. He's a pretty chill person. So that joke still haunts me that he said ages ago. We also played with, what's her name? Singing a while ago. We played with Whiskey a long time ago, that's what it was. Don't know how I have, what do you call it, that on me, but I do. Oh, that's actually the pathing over there. You can actually see the pathing from here. Break that there. I haven't played it yet though. You know what I do? You know, I will say, I really gonna have to work on those, you know, community events. I want to do more community events. I've not played like Peak since, you know, before they added that, you know, desert update. With the desert being a new biome that you have to walk through. Not looking forward to the desert, you know, I've seen that many, you know, videos on it already, and the tornado horrifies me. It's more of a dust devil, actually, if you think about it. It's in a desert. Sandstorm tornado? Not sure. Feels like more like a dust devil. There we go. We're actually not that far from completion. It's just right there. And then we can be done for today. Yep, we are so close. We are so close. There we go. I can actually start to mine this bottom bit here. Not too bad at all. And I need to find the dirt. Wrong backpack. Seeds, saplings, and wood goes in here. Alright, we're actually not that far from, you know, I join community events, but I usually work. Well, if you set like a, you know, general time, I want to collect people's general times, you know, that they would be out for, you know, a community, you know, event. I do want to kind of run it around, you know, either Sundays or Saturdays, because that's normally when a lot of people are off work. And I normally run it quite late anyway, so, you know, a lot of Americans can play on it. Almost made a bunch of sticks instead. Yeah, not too bad at all. This is a quite steep, you know, bit here. I mean, Wednesdays and Thursdays are off for me, and I work 9 AM to 5 PM PST. Ah. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to think, like, you know, what would be, like, the best times now. I guess I'll just have to put out for, like, a, you know, people give me your general times, and we'll have, like, an event, you know, at a certain time, as a, what's most important, or what crosses over enough for most people to join in. I think that would probably be the idea to do. Because a lot of our events, you know, previously did suffer from, you know, okay, we picked this time, you know, and then, you know, people were unable to join due to either being busy or not available, you know, through other means. Alright. But I do want to do that idea. I really want to do another, what do you call it? Deep Rock Galactic. That was a fun time. But you know what, I should do a peak, you know, community event. There. 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 There and there. And there. I already have one there. I guess just make it somewhere right here. And I do actually have carpets for this, so we can actually place down a bunch of carpets, and then that'll be us wrapped up for today. There we go. Because we did finally connect it all together. So let me just place the last few carpets, and then we'll be ending up for today. And we'll talk more about the community events, everyone, if you're in the, what's called, Discord server. I'll do one there. Do that there. And I don't think I did anyone further off. Oh, that's a creeper! Come fight me on the bridge. We'll do this, you know. Deep Rock Galactic is so much fun. Yay. I do want to do more of Deep Rock Galactic. That is definitely one of the goals that I want to do. Because I want to get more invested in it. And have more fun out of it. Alright. But we have come to the end of today's stream. So, hopefully you did enjoy our adventure of connecting this one path up through this entire jungle. I do have to go through the jungle again, but I think we'll leave that for another time. If you want to let me know what we should do next episode, we can either work on this, or we can focus on a different build project, like finishing off our cathedral. That is a project that we have to finish off. Or working on the farm over here. We got quite a few projects, and I could actually start working on Dino Land if you are interested in that. But that be us done for today, so have a nice day, stay safe, have a good. Thanks so much for thinking of items, very important. And bye, see you soon, some other CCs.